My name is Sheena with the Way of Namaste, and today I wanted to come on and share a little bit about Gene Key 61. This is the shadow of psychosis, the gift of inspiration, and the city or the divine expression of sanctity. In addition to sharing just a little bit about this frequency, I'd like to invite us then into a prayer and a guided meditation where we can attune with our own inner mystic, our own inner medicine person that carries the wisdom of exactly what we need to know in exactly the moment that we need to know it. And here we just create the space. So if it feels in alignment, I invite you to soften your gaze or close down your eyes as you just turn your attention inwards and begin to add some conscious awareness to your breath. Maybe even taking the biggest breath that you've taken all day long, deeply inhaling from the base of your pelvic floor and just feeling that energy beginning to move up through your body. And as you exhale, just imagining something softening and releasing, a gentle letting go. So Gene Key 61 is often referred to as the key of inspiration. It's associated with the shadow of psychosis, the gift of inspiration, and the city of sanctity. It's linked to the mental plane and explores the mysteries of inner truth and higher awareness. In its shadow of psychosis, it represents the collective and individual struggle with inner confusion and mental noise. Psychosis, the shadow, highlights humanity's tendency to seek answers and meaning in external sources rather than from within. And this shadow can lead to obsessive thinking, over-identification with beliefs, and a disconnection from an innate peace. Feels just cluttered of the mind with so many programs running that it begins to lose its own inner compass of what feels like truth when there's so many programs running. This gift of inspiration emerges when we embrace the mystery of life and surrender to the not knowing. This gift transforms the mental chaos of the shadow into clarity and creativity. And at this level, the mind becomes a vessel for insights, originality, and the creative expression of universal truths. This city of sanctity represents the state of being in direct communion with divinity. It actually transcends the mental plane entirely, radiating pure awe and reverence for existence. Those embodying this state inspire others simply through their presence as they reflect the sacredness of life. If you've ever met somebody operating within this divine essence, they're usually quite a role model for others away shore. There's an embodiment of inspiration and the creative flair that they have. These are the people that lead from the back, and they really don't want anybody to follow them, because then that would mean that they'd have to recreate their style. If they've got an artistic expression that's unique to them, that would be part of the gift of inspiring others to find something that's also unique to them. So this gene key is part of the codon ring of Gaia, which connects deeply to themes of planetary and cosmic consciousness, reminding us that inner truth is tied to the collective evolution of all life. So this gene key really invites a contemplation of profound questions like, what is the nature of truth? And how can I cultivate stillness to allow inspiration to flow? You know, I love the consideration of truth, and whereby in my belief system, my truth is my truth, and your truth may be your truth, and it may not be my truth, because truth is not universal, it is deeply personal. But what is true for me is true for me, and what is true for you should be no less true for me, no less true for you, even if it doesn't feel into a collective place of truth for me. Universal truth are the spiritual laws that we live by, such as gravity, such as karma, such as the cycle of life and death and transmutation. So I'd like us to go ahead and take a deep breath here, recognizing that inspira, this is the Latin word for breath. Breath of the divine is what we actually do when we take deep breaths. This is the gift of inspiration. We become fueled by a source outside of us that we allow into us. So let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths now. And then we'll go ahead and settle into a prayer and a meditation. So going ahead and feeling our sit bones supported by the earth below us, maybe on a chair. And as we take a deep breath in, just really feeling that support, that centering, that grounding that's always present. We can always create this. And feeling the chest expand on the inhale, feeling the limitless possibilities, the infinite potential between every inhale. Maybe letting a smile wash over your face in the pause between breaths. And then when you're ready, exhaling. Maybe using your voice to let something go. Doing this a couple more times in your own breath, in your own rhythm. Mystery of mysteries, keeper of all truth, we bow before the vastness of your divine design, seeking the quiet knowing that lives within. Dissolve the walls of illusion that separate us from the sacred stillness of our hearts. Help us to release the weight of mental striving, that we may rest in the luminous simplicity of being. Awaken within us the gift of inspiration, the spark that guides us beyond the known, into realms where truth reveals itself as a living presence in every breath. May we trust in your silent whispers, the subtle signs and symbols you leave in our path. Let our minds become clear and receptive, a mirror reflecting the radiance of your divine sanctity. Teach us to embrace the paradox of existence, to hold the mystery without needing to solve it, to live in wonder and awe as your infinite truth flows through our finite forms. Sanctify our being, beloved Source, that we may embody your light in every thought, speak your love in every word, and reflect your divine essence in every action. In the presence of the One, we are whole, we are free, we are truth. Amen. Aho. And so it is. And if you haven't already, if it feels in alignment for you, I invite you to find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably. You may like to light a candle or some incense, or you may just like to sense or perceive a candle lit and the smell of incense or kapal, symbolizing the sacred flame of inner truth. Invitation now to soften your gaze or close down your eyes, and just go ahead and allow your breath to settle into a gentle rhythm. I invite you to ground in, taking a deep breath in and just feeling your body resting on the earth. As you exhale, I invite you to imagine any mental chatter just dissolving like mist in the morning sun. I invite you now to visualize a golden thread connecting you to the center of the earth, anchoring you in stability and support. As we take a deep breath in here, I invite us to invoke our inner mystic. Let's go ahead and bring our awareness to the center of our forehead, our third eye, the seat of intuition and clear-sighted vision. I invite you to imagine a soft, radiant light forming there, a warm, golden sphere of divine wisdom. With each inhale, I invite you to see this light expanding, filling your entire mind with clarity and peace. I invite you to say silently or aloud, I call forth the mystic within me. I open to the divine inspiration that flows through my body and my being. I surrender all need to know, trusting the truth to reveal itself in perfect timing. Taking a breath here. I invite you now to visualize a doorway of light appearing before you, glowing with the colors of the sunrise. Go ahead and, if it feels in alignment, step through the doorway into this sacred temple. As you come to the center of this temple, you see this eternal flame that burns, representing the source of all truth and divine inspiration. As you approach the flame, I invite you to feel its warmth on your skin. Notice how it doesn't burn out. Instead, it actually fills you with a deep sense of peace and awe. Taking another breath here. As we sit before the flame, and gaze into its depths. I invite you to allow the light to clear away any remaining doubts or fears. And I invite you to use this time to ask silently, what truth do I need to hear now? Sit and just listen. Just be with whatever it is that wants to come up. Be patient. You may receive an image, a word, a feeling, or just simply a sense of knowing. Whatever arises, just invitation here to relax and receive. Trust it, even if it feels subtle or unexpected. Continuing to gaze into the candle, or imagining in our third eye this sacred eternal flame. What truth do we need to hear now? Whenever you feel ready, you may like to place your hands over your heart and just acknowledge this message. To say, I honor this message of truth. I will carry its wisdom in my heart and let it guide my path. And just being in this place of merging the sacred communion, of recognizing that you always have the answers within. And this wisdom that's coming up now to be shared, it will never not be here. I invite you now just to begin to sense, perceive, or just allow the flame to shrink slightly, becoming a small but steady light here and now in your heart center. This light will remain with you, a beacon of clarity and inspiration. I invite us now to take a few deep breaths, just again feeling the support of the earth beneath you once more, rooted, centered. And whenever you're ready, you may like to add some movement to your fingers and toes, bringing awareness back into your body to step forward into exactly the right dimension that is perfect for you. Whenever you feel ready, you may like to just slowly and gently open your eyes, carrying this radiance of the inner flame into the rest of your day. And before you spring back in and put the radio on and tend to all the other aspects of life, I invite you to take a moment just to think about, consider, add some awareness to, or write down, jot down any messages, any insights or sketches or feelings, any images, anything that you experienced. And just the invitation to consider asking yourself, what was it that the eternal flame revealed to you? And how can you actually embody this truth into your life right now? Recognizing this divine inspiration comes in the moment that you are exactly prepared to take the next right step. Sending you so much love.